Welcome to the Alpha's Den. I think this is going to be called Alpha's Den. I've been doing this for a while and I haven't named it. And I just thought of it when I was for like Stormcloud versus Alpha. I think that's also a good title for each episode will be...
There's going to be more than one. This is going to be awful.
We should have a recurring
There's
one.
going to only be one because it's going to be so bad. This one's going to have 0 views on it.
This is not going to have 0. This is going to have all the views. It's going to be the top. It's going to top the charts. Stormcloud versus Alpha and the Alpha's Den.
It's going to have 1 view.
Is it Alpha's Lair? Hey, if you're listening to this video, if you're watching this video, I need to know, is it the Alpha Den or Alpha Lair?
Lair? I think it's den.
Alpha Den?
Like wolves live in dens.
Wolves live in dens.
What's a lair?
That's what they called me in college.
This is going to be so bad. Why are we doing this?
L-A-I-R, Lair.
That's
Not,
what they called you?
no, that's not what they called me. It sounded like that. It's kind of like there, and there. There's
We just
layer,
went from
layer.
like 0 to 10.
There's
and like,
layer, layer, and layer.
layer.
So speaking of that, it's wedding week
It just
for
breaks
my
my
friend
heart.
Teresa. This is her calendar pic. I don't know if this is her first calendar photo of all time, but I mean that's a good back right there, guys. And she is getting married to the very person that did the first video with me. We've been in business for a year, and I hadn't done a real video, something like this. And now I'm 4 or 5 videos in, and we write Alpha's Lair, L-A.
Can I do it like what?
L-A. The Alpha's Lair is just really funny. But L-A-I-R Lair.
I have bad handwriting.
Or is it Alpha Den? Hey, I need y'all to comment on this.
Like, you know, you get on.
You don't have bad handwriting. You leave love notes on my dry erase board, and I love them.
I didn't get the girl trait where you can.
Oh, she's so full of it, by the way.
L-A-I.
L-A-I-R is layer. So this is what she says she has bad handwriting. Stormcloud versus Alpha.
It's backwards.
She wrote, I can't read it in the iPad, so I have to look at it. Stormy loves you lots. Who wrote, what is that?
C-R-O-S? What does that mean?
I don't. If anybody knows who CROS is, we'd like to know, because and sometimes I'll be gone for the weekend and I'll come back and there's like a note on my.
Maybe that's a heart with a tail.
Maybe Chandler loves Oz, and they trailed off. Anyway, so y'all chime in. Let's name this puppy the Alpha Den, Alpha's Den, Alpha's Lair.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what wild animals live in. It's either a cave, a den, or a lair.
I don't think.
Or no, like the evil villain's lair. Like we're going to the.
I think it's den. Let's go with that.
All right.
I feel like a school teacher. Okay.
Dallas votes Alpha's Den. So chime in, y'all. I got Dallas here. Dallas has been with us for a year. Today,
I mentioned it every video that has been made so far.
she's been mentioned in every video because not only because she's my favorite, but also because it's one of the most memorable conversations with a prospective member that I've ever had. And so, hey, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna experiment with this. I'm gonna pull the camera closer. We're gonna do an adjustment.
I'm like sweaty.
Oh shush! It's my life. So we might have to get closer.
Golly.
Yeah,
that is
what?
close.
That is so close. Let's get close.
Vomit. Ew.
And so Dallas is the one, of course, that said, "Hey, you better not steal my identity, and you better not." You like.
If you've seen the Facebook ad, you would think the same thing.
Well, we need to work on that. We need to work on what the Facebook ad, how scammy it looks, you know.
Fighting all serial killers.
Oh yeah, she was like, I bet you're a serial. She basically said something about that she thought that she was pretty well convinced that this was a scam and or that we were serial killers. And
I was
sort of
close. I was real close.
You're real close?
Yeah.
So, since then, Dallas has, like, she's basically a staple around here. She comes to morning and evening classes. She's made a ton of gains. And one of the reasons I wanted to bring her in today is because she's seen the evolution of herself. She's gone from one open to the next open. And today, was it a time hop thing that you had today? You sent me a picture.
Yeah. Time hop.
Can you pull it up? And if we were really good at videography and that kind of stuff, we would have it right now. We would have this
Freaking
photo
not.
like pop up.
We're freaking not. There was a picture of the t-shirt.
There's a picture of the t-shirt. She put something on there.
I think it's going to be backwards, and I don't know
No,
where
it's backwards. It comes
Wait.
up right.
Okay.
Just
Okay, so you can see the picture.
and read what it says.
It said new home for the next 6 weeks and maybe even longer. So excited to start something new.
So much longer. Since then,
A year later, here we are.
you're making videos.
Yeah, doing cool. Oh gosh, I can't cuss. Oh, cool stuff.
You can cuss.
Okay, cool shit.
She's doing cool shit. Now just you kids can't listen to it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dallas. Put us on the PG-13 podcast.
Right,
level.
are.
So, I think Dallas is one of very few people who has bought every shirt, has signed up for every extra class that we have offered. Oh, remind me, gymnastics.
Possibly, yeah.
Don't let me forget gymnastics.
Gymnastics.
But the thing for Dallas that she has a really interesting story is that goals can change. Goals can change, our mindsets can change, and along the way, she's probably gonna have some questions for me too. She better, or else it's gonna be really boring. Just hear Dallas yapping.
Now we can talk
Right.
about me. What's better than that?
Nothing, Dallas. Nothing is better than talking about you. So, tell me, like, what was the? I just knocked the
You're
trash
gonna break
can.
everything. in
That's what I do. So Dallas, you came here with a goal. What was it?
To be skinny.
To be skinny.
Yeah.
Let's see that sucker here.
Well, I was already kind of skinny, but
Why did you want to be skinny?
people are mean. People said not nice things about me. You have terrible handwriting.
Shush. Be skinny for others.
Word. Okay.
Sorry, I just am reaching over there. So you want to be skinny because people were mean. They said not nice things. What are the not nice things?
I gotta tell everybody that?
Well,
Okay. So, one not nice guy told me that I needed to take the spoon out of my mouth. Pretty much. And
what a dick! Like, boy, I tell you, these Southside cats. What in the world, man?
Southside. Yeah, I moved away, so we're good. No more Southside. Yeah, there was.
Don't be with a hey every male from the South Side. Don't be with a woman that you feel like you can talk to like that. And South Side girls, don't be with a man that you feel like you're gonna stab.
Hashtag caught in your Southside.
How? Damn, she
Call him out.
calling Cotton out. But it's not just a Facebook thing. This is a straight up.
She called me out the other day about being Southside. I forgot why, but yeah.
She was right.
Call him out.
And also down. Oh, I don't want to say that. I'm going to tell you this. Dallas would fill this place with people if she knew people that were different than the people she already knows.
I don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
In
Well,
my head, it doesn't.
you're protective about who you want to have in here working out.
Oh yeah, I don't want any. Let's not bring Southside to this side.
Are you saying Southside? She is so gangster. But the point, the reason I actually appreciate that though is that you know what? Maybe just like all of us, we haven't always been in a very good place, and we haven't with ourselves, and maybe we haven't always been on our best behavior. And Dallas really wants a healthy, and I'm putting a positive
I'm
spin.
pretty
what you
sure
said.
I've probably said it before anyway.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm putting it in a pretty way.
Okay.
I think Dallas wants this place to continue to be a positive and fun atmosphere, and she's afraid that, not afraid, but she wants to only bring people in that match that culture.
Yeah, okay. That is a nice way to put it.
You all right?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have been so kind.
And the people that are from, a lot of people that are from back home, which is only like 30 minutes away, but people from where she lives, either are too far away to really justify the travel to be here, because that's a real commitment, right?
I guess
Travel
I
is a
drive
thing.
like 45 minutes in an hour sometimes. Yeah, I used to.
Yeah, she used to drive 45 minutes to an hour. Now she drives 4 to 5 minutes to get here, so with no traffic. But the people that are from home that you would want to be here, they have legitimate reasons to not be here. You know, we got to take all those things into account. But let's go back to, you wanted to be skinny for others. I mean, because other people were mean.
Sure.
What does that mean? Like in your head, like what is that? How does that translate? I mean, what else? What's the next level on that?
Well, that means they're assholes, and that's.
What does it mean for you?
Oh, it means that I had to do something to get to that point. Where I was going to be happy with myself too, and have
That's-
other people
Yeah.
look at me like I was skinny. Like I wanted to hear the comments that, "Oh my gosh, you look really good," or "You're so skinny," blah blah, whatever. Yeah.
Well, I think there are. I mean, one thing is, I don't remember who I was talking to recently. It had to have been yesterday on a video that we don't get enough validation and encouragement in our regular day-to-day lives. Like when we go to work, like so often we go to work and we leave, and then we go to work and we leave, and we might be doing a fine job, but we don't get that praise as often as we would like. We are, generally speaking, we're in a culture of like fake praise when it is there, and so what you were looking for is something that everybody wants. So I totally sympathize. I want praise, and I feel like I do a lot of things that I don't get praised for, but I can't let that stop me from doing the good thing.
Right.
So that was one thing. The second thing was, you said I needed to get to a place where I was, even to be happy with me, I needed to do something to maybe change mine.
Yeah.
I'm writing down, be happy for me.
Well, in order for me to be happy at that
Well,
point,
happy with self.
I would have to hear other people, which is stupid. That's so dumb.
Now you did, for your first couple of months, you did drop some inches. You didn't really lose much weight, but you dropped some
I
inches.
did, but then I gained some weight, and I was a little chunk. I was a nugget.
But from there to now,
But I gained weight because I wanted to gain weight, because I was like, or kind of scrawny, that kind of thing.
I'm not, going back to being skinny for others.
Yeah.
I'm not going to categorize that as bad necessarily, but I think that probably is a symptom of an unhealthy mental or psychological place. Can often be.
Screwed up.
And for you, knowing you, we've talked about I don't know one thing that I haven't talked about with you or talked to you about, and so I'm gonna put your laundry out there.
Okay.
You came here wanting to improve yourself.
Yeah.
Are you getting upset?
No.
Okay. Sometimes when Dallas gets nervous, she'll get like, it's almost teary-eyed.
No.
But
I'm not teary-eyed right now.
psychologically,
I screwed up.
you had some good goals that maybe were for reasons that weren't the best, but then you came to a place of being happier with yourself because What is it about this place that helped you be happy about yourself?
I think the people mainly, not because they sat there and like praised me or whatever, but they kind of helped me want to do better. I don't know. It's different than like all I was doing before. I think was like just running a lot of running.
Like trying to run off the cake. It's a lot easier to squat off the cake.
Right, it's way better here. You're doing different stuff. So, I get maybe I don't know. This is my little happy place. Is what I said. It's my happy place.
I remember like a heartbreaking moment with you.
Did I cry?
You did.
Dang it.
But your words were, "I messed up, happy place."
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, no, but the thing is that goes back into the everything about, like, she moved from 45 minutes away to 5 minutes away, largely to be closer to the gym, and that she was still 15 minutes, 15?
From work.
From work?
Mm-hmm. It's still far from work.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it was closer to be here.
But it was too closer to be here. I mean, you made your life decisions, you made big girl life decisions, like, where am I going to live? And let's center it around this place because, you know what, I think that what happens here, at least from my angle, is we are wildly accepting of people from every place, every walk of life. We've had Randy.
There's a bunch of
Randy in here.
Yeah.
Randy's in a wheelchair. Now he got into a car wreck. Yes, he has a wheelchair. He's in a wheelchair. He was driving. It was probably raining and he was probably texting. But we've had Randy who doesn't feel necessarily comfortable going to one of the big box gyms. Felt like he had a home here.
Make everybody feel welcome. Everybody. Everybody's different here. There's not like one of the same people.
Yeah, sure. And so I mean, we are representative of the earth. You know, white folks, black folks, Hispanic folks. Dallas. I don't know what Dallas is.
Nobody knows what I am.
Teresa's the unknown race. She's like, Dallas is her child. But let's go into like being skinny, to being happy with yourself, to you gained some weight.
Yeah.
But it
wasn't bad. It wasn't like.
If you were just watching the scale and
But I was paying more attention to it. I was gaining weight to try to get away from like the scrawniness of what I was, but it wasn't toned. It wasn't toned how I wanted.
You weren't like a stormy little monster.
I know.
Right.
Not like you.
But I think everybody has some level or layer of body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
I think that because I could say, and I'm not an expert on the matter, but I could say, hey, I would like to look like this. And somebody could say to me, no, you already look like that. And then I would say, no, but it doesn't feel like the way that I want it to feel. I don't feel the way I look that I thought I would once I hit this goal. And I think all of us have some version of that.
Yeah.
And then, what did we talk about today? So we went from being skinny for others to finding a happy place for yourself. You gained a little weight, and then you told me about a compliment that one of your friends gave you at dinner.
Oh, about my butt.
She was like, "That's a good butt."
Yeah, that's all I wanted. I wanted to grow a butt, and I got like a little bit of a butt. But somebody complimented me the other day, so I was like, I must be doing something right.
You are. And your goals have shifted from just wanting to be skinny. Like, where are we now? Let's skip all the medium stuff.
Okay.
But like, we started here, and now we're here at 18.3. And what is like
18.1 is when I realized that I didn't just want to do it to be fit or be skinny. Like, I actually want to kind of be good now.
What does good mean?
Like, I want to be able to lift more. I want to be able to do stuff, I guess, the right way. Not just come in here and do a workout and leave.
Or do the
That's the word I was looking for.
Or the really scaled version just because you're
Right,
going to swing a kettlebell swing instead of doing a snatch.
I want to RX more stuff. And when I realized I could with that first workout, that's when I kind of realized I need to start doing a bit better. I think I told Elise that too. I like texted her. I was like, I think I want to do better. Like, I don't just want to come in here and be fit.
That's great. I love that. It's Now we're talking about performance, not at the expense of aesthetics, being skinny, but like, let's be happy with our, you're saying, I want to be happy with me more than I want to be skinny for somebody else.
Yeah.
And now, hey, I know that if I do these things, like, I've known Teresa for 4 years, and she's as strong looking and beautiful as I've ever seen her.
Agreed.
That has nothing to do with her having dyed her virgin hair. She got some highlights. It caught me off guard. I was like, that's a blonde Teresa. What happened to that girl?
Stupid.
And Jamie's been good for her.
Yeah, but he's bald, so he doesn't have highlights.
That's fair. James does not have highlights. I don't know what it is, what you call that, besides he just doesn't have hair. But the point is that Teresa is somebody that really wanted to get stronger. She wanted to get better at gymnastics, and she worked really hard on doing it. And she and lifts her butt off. I mean, every little 2.5 and 5 pound increment is like is stretching her further and further. But her body's responding. And so I'm just. By the way, caps off to you, Teresa. Need to get you in here. Found this. It's been in a folder over here that I just relocated.
Last April.
April 2017. She was Miss April 2017.
Holy shit.
How about that?
That's great.
We need a calendar up in here. Growl Girls.
Okay.
Unless it needs to be, unless it needs to be
that
the month of alphas.
Bless it.
Bless it. So, Dallas,
Okay.
what's up?
Your questions?
Yeah, fine. Give me something.
Okay,
Give me
well,
something.
I was thinking, I want to know what how yours started off. Because I don't know
Oh,
about
man.
you.
That's a great question.
It is. Did you just want to be skinny?
No.
Okay, then what was yours?
Man, mine is such a...
Oh, this means I get to write on the board.
You get to write on the board. You need me to grab the thing? Let me grab the thing. You want to wipe this off?
No.
Okay.
This is the area.
That's that. You got an area.
Oh, I get it now, because storm cloud versus... Okay,
Well,
got it.
you wrote that, and I wrote this. I didn't know you were going all whiteboard on me.
We're geniuses.
All right, so Dallas' question is, tell me about your journey. Like, where did yours start? Mine is mine is as messed up as any. You know the truth. Do you think your reasons
Do
for
it
getting in good
PG.
shape? Mine's way worse.
Okay.
And since you already said you broke the cussing barrier here, what my journey was, man, I was always a football and baseball player. I was athletic, and I played even out of college. I played like flag football in some like money leagues and stuff like that. I was actually a quarterback for that, and way different than regular football. It's so much fun. My brother Dan and I were on the same team, and he was my go-to receiver. It was awesome. Well, fast forward to got married. Probably just steadily put on some weight over the course of the next 2 years. I think Elisa's goal was to put cheese on everything and make every bite of food more
A
delicious than the
smart
next.
woman.
So, and by the way, she cooked the crap out of stuff. She still cooks really well, but that stuff was delicious. It was smeared in butter, garlic, and cheese.
It's good for the soul.
And she was still she was skinny, but even then, like, she didn't gain the weight. But I think
Metabolism, dog.
I went up to 262 pounds.
Okay.
Which I'm sort of like, no, like 225 would have been a high end for me. So that was almost putting on 40 pounds of bad weight. We race sailboats all over the place. And so the culture of sailboat racing is you leave town Friday night, you drive to the place you're going to race sailboats for the weekend, you eat junk food along the way. I was probably drinking 2 or 3 Diet Cokes a day.
Gross.
And so we would just go and you'd eat regatta food. When you're on a sailboat in the middle of the day, you're eating sandwiches and chips and stuff. You know, it's not like you're eating tuna on lettuce. So I got up to 262 pounds. It was not a good look for me for what I thought. we found out we were having a daughter, and I started doing things like P90X and started doing stuff like, I
What
stepped
was
on.
like the break-in point? Like, what made you want to switch?
Oh, good question. So, a couple of things happened. One was I decided I wanted to weigh. I wanted to weigh 225, 227 pounds again for a sailboat race, a national championship that I was going to in Clearwater, Iowa. Clear Lake, Iowa. And I'll back up. Hang on. I spoke out of turn. Got it. We found out, so from finding out in 2011 that we were going to have a daughter, I decided to start doing a little something. So I dabbled, at least got me P90X for like my birthday. Chandler was born, food, race sailboats. Then we got to the time when, in 2012, when we found out we were going to have a son. Thank goodness. I love both of my children, but I really always, we joke about it. Chandler, Justin is all I ever wanted, was my son. That's all I ever wanted. I wanted to have a good relationship with my wife, and I wanted to have a son. So when I got the daughter first, it was like a mega blow. Like, whoa, what am I doing
She's gonna
here?
watch this video later on in life and want to
She
punch
knows,
you in the
but
face.
this is what happened. In this whole scenario, found out over a not very long period of time that she's everything I never knew I wanted. Like that blessing that you didn't ask for.
Yeah.
You asked for something, got something else, and it was suddenly it's
Way
like,
better.
oh, and my daughter is like I'm in love with my daughter. So I do hope she watches it. But so 262 pounds, had a daughter, P90X. That didn't work. This. And then I was going to Clear Lake, Iowa for the national championship sailboat race, and I wanted to weigh 225. Mm-hmm. When I found out we were having a son, I signed myself up for a Spartan race, and I went in and did cardio cinema. Just all I did was cardio for on machines for an hour and a half or more every day.
So boring.
But it's watching a movie.
That's okay. Maybe in your world.
My world, it was like a good way to do cardio. So I dropped down to about 235, 237, and still had 10 pounds to go. So after the Spartan race, I changed gyms to go to a different one. And while I was at that gym, there was that little room over there where you knew that something was going on, but you didn't know what. So you just basically didn't look in that direction to see what was happening. And a friend of mine went and grabbed me and pulled me in and said, hey, come do this. So the next 2 weeks, I took pre-workout, went in there and so the reason I signed myself up for the Spartan race and started to take fitness more seriously at that point was because I didn't want to be a fat T-ball coach. I wanted to be.
Basically, it stands.
Yeah, it stands. That's what reminded me, though, racing and kids. I didn't want to be a fat T-ball coach. I didn't want my wife or her friends or the other moms to sit there and be like, ew, that guy looks like, the coach, the high school coach or middle school coach that's overweight and he's got the spandexy type coaching pants on. I didn't want to be a fat-ass T-ball coach. So I went in and started this other thing and started doing CrossFit with my friend. I spent the next 2 weeks worth of mornings at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, whatever time that was, throwing up. Just heart rate was jacked and couldn't deal. So I threw up for 2 weeks. And then after that, I really got to the place where I was able to start losing weight again because I was not just doing cardio, I was doing strength training, body weight exercises, working on gymnastics, and lifting heavy, or getting back into lifting heavier with barbells and plates. So that is how I got into it. They basically shut our program down at that location. Half of us went to one gym, half of us went to another gym. And from there, after I'd been at the gym I was at for a while, like over half the coaches that you know of here jumped over to that gym from another gym. And then we decided to open this gym together, really. I mean, I guess I am the owner of this gym, but I did it with really, really special people at my side. So, so you know who you are, probably watching this.
So your goals went from this to what?
Oh, went from not being a fat dad,
Squirrel.
yeah, squirrel. I didn't want to be a fat t-ball coach. To
where we are now.
I love training and I love competition, and we've done so much competing. I'm wearing a shirt of one of the an event that we won as a team with David.
I hate computing.
David Johnston, Matt Schuler, Andrew BarrettTurner.com, and myself went to the largest event in the state of Georgia and won it as a team. So I love competing.
Oh, you can't see
Something that takes,
You can't see it. It says
You can.
competing and training.
yeah. I love training. I love competing. I hate when things take precedence over competing and training, because training well leads to competing well. And as Brandon Phillips says, breathe heavy, lift heavy, and develop skills. That's the training piece that I love. Lifting heavy, breathing heavy, and developing skills. Although these days I don't even love lifting heavy anymore because it takes so long to warm up. Like David and I look at after we train at 5 a.m., we look at the workout and be like, dang, that says 80 to 85% 4x6 squats. And we're like, you know how long it's going to take to warm up to the 400-pound squat? Like, it's going to take forever, and it's 5 a.m. Now it's 5:45 a.m., and I want to go home and have coffee, you know? So we do it later, or sometimes we do it in the morning, but things like running the business and things take precedence over my own training and my own competition schedule, and so I've actually had some, what you got?
This is where you went to.
Yeah, sure. She's writing helping others. And that is what happens here. Like if the business doesn't perform at a certain level, then my ability to help others is diminished. And so, and my ability to help myself in competition and training is diminished if the other stuff is not in order. So, oh, by the way, we're kind of at this point in our business life where, like, we need to get referrals. Like I'm now ready to stop doing as much broadcast marketing and social media, but rather I'm going to,
Word of mouth.
yeah, I want to build it with word of mouth. I want to build it with the handful of people that Dallas thinks are a good fit, and that Todd and Corey and Tiffany and David and Bam Bam and Brandon and if I'm not saying your name, don't be offended. I just can't go on a list of 158 people here. But if you're a member here, you're the type of person we want here. You interviewed to get a place in our gym. I didn't accept everybody, and I didn't bring in everybody. And people that we bring in that we're saying, hey, we'd like to get to know you. They don't stick around for long if they're not going to be a good cultural fit. You know? So I am ready. I think I want to redirect our marketing strategy to friends and family of our people. So,
And you're going to add a gymnastics class.
Oh, that's right. So I can't wait to introduce this guy. There's a guy named Kyle that's going to start coming to the 6 a.m. group. He's actually a gymnastics instructor and competition gymnast.
That's exciting.
It is. We've experimented with doing gymnastics programs in the past, and they went okay, but we didn't have a big following for it.
It
but
was me.
it was
me.
Dallas and Morgan and
It was
a handful
me.
of others. But I think that this is going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more value added by Kyle teaching gymnastics classes. That it will be sort of an add-on service because it's a specialty program, but it's not going to be something that breaks the bank. And there's going to be 2 different models to start with. There's going to be a program where you can just come and you sign in through Wodify, and then we bill you that way on your next billing statement. Or there will be sort of I'm going to come more than the couple times a month, and instead of just paying that time as many times as you're able to come. So it'll be broken up into sort of categorically, like beginner folks, a beginner program who are working on 0 pull-ups to maybe 5 pull-ups, to if you can do 5 kipping or butterfly pull-ups, maybe that's intermediate, but maybe you don't have muscle-ups, handstand walks, and all this other stuff. Or you want to connect your total bar better, like that. You would be in the novice.
Yeah.
I mean, intermediate.
Yeah.
Rather intermediate. And then for the elite programming, it's going to be folks that can already do handstand walks, handstand push-ups, bar muscle-ups, ring muscle-ups, and what we're doing is really working on critiquing form in those programs. So that's coming down the line. Oh, I tell you what. You know what? Let's do this. Word of mouth marketing. Yesterday I did an interview with Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how Tiffany got here? Did you watch that one?
No,
You didn't?
it didn't talk about me, so I mean.
How do you know?
I'm just kidding.
How do you know it didn't talk about you?
I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. I fell asleep. Sorry. Not because it was boring. Not because it was boring.
That happened.
Because I was watching it before I fell
What do I
asleep.
even do this for?
I don't know. Why am I in here?
So the way Tiffany came to be here is that she was my
Oh
kindergarten
wait, yes
friend.
I did. Yes I did. Kindergarten friend, and then she found the ad or something or other online. I thought, right?
She signed up as for the drawing for the free month.
Oh, just kidding. I'm way off. I don't
So
want
I tell you what, today's date is the 10th, 11th.
10th.
Today's the 11th.
Today's the 11th.
Today's the 11th. So I tell you what we'll do. Let's do another free month drawing. I'm going to make this up right now. Are you ready for this?
Don't break everything.
Yeah, I'm breaking my trash can. Is this a good spot to write? Okay. So, free month. The grand prize.
Scroll.
Second prize is going to be half off the first month. And then we're going to do a drawing for 3 personal. So this will be 3 different people getting a personal training session for no charge. So last time we just did 1 drawing for a free month. Tiffany won. So the way we'll do is the first person that gets selected is going to get a free month of our onboarding process. That's a value of 200. That's actually a value of. Let me work it out in my head. 5 personal training sessions, up to 5 personal training sessions is $200 plus $135 a month is
Math.
$335. So the first is $335 value. The second is a
Half off.
no, it's not half off of that because I'm going to do a different thing. Their first month is only going to be $100, so they have a $235 value, and then each one of these personal training sessions is a $50 value when they're 1 at a time. But I'm going to draw 3 people to get a personal training session.
So it's 4 different drawings, right?
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Math. So there's going to be 5 winners to start with here. 5 winners to start with. So, what I'd like for you to do, tag your friends, comment your friends, share this and comment share this video.
Share this one of all the videos we could have shared. Let's share the one with me in it. That's awkward.
Well, it just seems fitting.
Okay.
But we're gonna do a free month drawing. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do half off the first month drawing, and we're gonna do a 3 personal training session. I tell you what, I'm gonna put Dallas on the spot here. She's good at tracking stuff on social media, kinda. She does a good job for me. I think it's great. So when you do that, comment Dallas's name on your share, or tag Dallas. Say like with Dallas Rutledge. And then tag a bunch of other people so that when a comment happens on there where people are saying, hey, pick me, Dallas will create a spreadsheet, a list that we can contact the winners. And what we'll do next Sunday, we'll figure out a way to draw the winners on video or Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, I mean, let's do another awkward video.
Let's do another awkward video.
That's
You live in my neighborhood,
Alright.
so
Sucks to be you.
I don't see as much as I'd like, sister. How about that? There's some mush for you. So again, thank y'all. I feel like this is a bad plane landing, but it's pretty cool. Hey, maybe people will be like, hey, I've been waiting to get somebody in here, but they're just like, oh, how do I go pay $250 for this, that, and the other?
Now
Well,
you
here's their
have it.
chance. Here's their chance to test the waters risk-free.
You might
So-
have to read it to him because this is going to be backwards in the video.
No, it's straight in the
It's
video.
straight in the video?
Yeah, it reverses it.
Oh.
I know. We're looking at it. We're looking at ourselves in a mirror image where it looks like the writing is backwards. So it's going to like where this says 4 dot whatever that would be, but that's an E N O. When they read it, it says 0.1. I mean, 1.4. So hey, thank you for your time, guys, and for putting up with Dallas this long. Most people don't do that.
Yeah.
So you're very generous, and we're grateful. So
You're lucky.
there you have it. You're lucky, America. Hey, thank you guys, and don't forget to share the post so that, or just, you don't even have to share the video. If you just want to promote the drawing thing,
Do that.
does anybody know how to make a free month drawing thing, like a photo? Do you know how to do a thing on a thing?
Just put on your freaking status, our gym has a free month or something. I don't
No,
know.
we need something that goes with
Oh,
that.
don't ask me. I'm the wrong person for that.
Maybe it's on the Facebook page.
You need a creative person.
When you,
Like a real girl. Like a real one that has
no, I know.
Creative stuff.
All right, I'm ending this video. We're going to find a way to do that too. But love y'all, and we're going to do the drawing next Sunday. Sunday's date. Pull up that calendar. What is it? Well, it'll be the 18th.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to do a drawing for all of that stuff on March 18th. And we'll be in contact with you. Dallas, when you do the sheet, the list, do the person who's entering themselves into the drawing and the person who referred them.
Okay. We need a cutoff time of Saturday midnight. 'cause-
No, Saturday, well, what we'll do is we'll say Sunday noon.
Okay, Sunday.
Sunday at noon. All right, bye, guys.